Check. Let's go.
All right.
Breathe.
Is everything good on the frame?
Okay.
Cool, okay. All right, very good.
Hey everybody, welcome to Hanif R. Jordan. I am your girl, that's me, she. And we are here for episode number 2. I'm so excited to have my great friend here, E, because I ain't about to chop up his name. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I will. I'm already in my head. I'm going really fast, but I'm going to let him tell you what his name is because I call him E. He is my cameraman, but today he is behind the camera because we're going to talk about his journey that we usually don't get to hear men speak about: divorce, infidelity, and how they get through it. And so I'm so grateful that he's here to be vulnerable. So introduce yourself.
What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? My name is Elonce. Call me E, like she does. A lot of people call me E. Sometimes some people say Elonce.
I know, that's what I mean. My head wanted to say Elonce so bad. But it's Elonce, y'all. It's Elonce. Seriously, it's Elonce. And I'm just so grateful for you. Also, just being a man of faith, keeping your faith. I do realize that it's easy for us to lose it, when life starts really hitting you. Because life be lifing.
It does.
Life be lifing. But I want to talk about, what are you most grateful for right now in this season of your life? What are you most grateful for?
I believe just my past experience, because I wouldn't be here.
Right.
Like I'm really grateful that I went through what I went through, experienced the work, the jobs, all the different things I experienced, because it actually led me to get to this position with my knowledge that I have. I feel like I'm at a peaceful place. Everything that's surrounding my life right now, including people.
Define your happiness.
Well, yeah, there's a thing about that.
Okay.
So I have joy because of who I believe in.
Come on.
My Savior, Jesus Christ, and some people say Yeshua, it's the man that died for all sins, you feel me?
Yes, because joy is what God gave us.
Yeah.
You can't earn it. It is your birthright. He gives it to you. And so what's beautiful is I love that you tapped right back into that, because how did you continue to tap into your God-given joy? And I like that you corrected me on that, because happiness, everyone, is a state of mind, and it is a decision. And you sometimes will not make the decision to be happy. And that's okay. Some days you just ain't.
Yeah.
But it's the joy that keeps you going, and keeps your mindset focused and still positive, even in the midst of one of those real bad storms that many of us may go through. When you got married, it wasn't you that was doing the infidelity. It was the wife that did. How did you maintain your mental health? Because I'm sorry, I know how it feels to be cheated on. So mentally, it can do some things to you, and your spiritual journey. How did you maintain?
And I always had a foundation, like a strong foundation, since I was like 18. Like I gave my life to God and everything when I was 13, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna actually live it specifically a certain way when I turned 18. And then I think we was fresh off of this like youth retreat, like purity retreat. And I ain't gonna never forget that. Like I love youth retreats. Like I worked with youth all my life, so it's like I think because it helped me, kind of shift my mindset, perspective of life. So parents always kept me in church and grounded, and all the football and sports analogies my dad gave me over life. Like for example, like if you're trying to get to somewhere, but you feel like you're getting tackled all the time, like you got to go back in the huddle, draw the play up, go again. Like you don't stop.
You don't stop.
You don't stop. You're gonna get hit. Like you're gonna get hit. It's okay. That's a part of the game.
Right,
but it's more so like you just got to keep going. Like I know what I know, and the knowledge I have, and I don't let my emotions take over from what I know. You know, because sometimes we can act on our emotions, but I feel like, you know, like if I act on my emotions, I'm gonna be somewhere else.
No,
Some other things.
feel that, and but that goes back to your greatness and not only your parents' teaching, but your self-control. I didn't always have that. I will say there's times I nacked on some. I'm sorry, y'all, but I did.
It gets there. It gets there.
You did what? You know what I'm saying? To me, what? You know what I mean? So square up. You know what I'm saying? Take the same. You know. But anyway, but no, I get it. But I do see the beauty when you are actually walking with God. It is not really funny, but it just seems it's so hard to be the right person when you're the hurt person.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
No, it does.
Like you would be worldly wise, justified in your revenge mindset, or oh, you do me, oh, I'm gonna really show you what it is. Versus, I'm gonna give you the grace that you didn't give me, because God gives me grace every single day.
Yeah.
But I want to make it clear. The reason I love having you on the show right now is to make it clear that you're not a doormat. It didn't mean stay. I think people really get come on now. Forgiveness does not mean.
Can I hit this?
Yes, because you know he's telling the truth. Man. Forgiveness does not mean, oh, I'm supposed to stay in this.
Yeah.
No, forgiveness means I set you free into my forgiveness, because I am required by God's law to forgive others as I want God to forgive me.
Yeah.
And so I forgive you. Forgiveness doesn't equal trust, right? It doesn't equal you get to be back in my life. It just means I have no ought in my heart for you.
Yeah.
Whatsoever. Means I might not even, I don't care nothing about you. Like you're after that. Like it's nothing. I forgive you. I don't think anything else about it.
Nothing ill-minded.
Nothing. I wish you the complete best.
The best. As long as you happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
You just can't be with me.
Yeah, that's real. That's real.
You just can't be in this life.
Incompatible, you know?
Right. And I wish you the best, and I hope you heal. You know, whatever the case may be.
That's real.
And so,
you know, with that though, like I think growing up in church and stuff like that, and it makes you like that's what it has to be. You know, like you get married. I got married when I was 22. I'm 33 now. Yeah. When I got married when I was 22, and I was on fire. You know, I was like, okay, my parents been married for the past 30 years. You know, so I'm like, okay, I'm trying to do that.
I'm trying to be like that.
You know, like it look good. You know, so it's just that. I think one thing too is about making sure the other person is ready to as well, and understanding of like when you go into it, just really pay attention to all the factors around it. You know, like okay, not only why you're getting married, but also like how can we build together, and also what are we running from? Because sometimes
that's good.
Yeah, you know, I learned, and a couple of people said they ran from stuff because they felt like it would be better to get married because they could leave all the trauma from the past. Really, let you bring it in.
No one tells you that when you're married.
No one tells you that.
That you will bring in all your. A romantic relationship only exposes the trauma, your childhood trauma. That's what it does. It may not surface in anything else, but your romantic relationship, because that's the closest you become with someone, is one. And so sometimes you're mirroring each other, and all of your junk gets unloaded.
It gets exposed.
Big time.
It gets exposed. We really are mirrored to each other, and then it's just certain things. It's like, oh man, you see yourself. And I think one of the main things is being happy with yourself. You know, like knowing who you are, who God told you are, and really like believing in that. Like, because I don't believe I was just put on this life for just out of thin air. You know, a Big Bang Theory or something like that. You know, there was a purpose, and to know too, like even from my parents telling me that it was 4 of us in my mama's stomach, and by I think the second trimester or whatever, I guess it came down to 2 or something, and then it was just me and my brother, and I ended up living, and he he passed like 12 hours after birth or something like that.
So you were meant to be here.
Yeah, I was meant to be here. Yeah, and so I
Wow,
know
that's
for a
deep.
fact, like, okay, I'm here for a purpose. Like, and I take that, and I get teary eyed because
No, it's okay.
you know,
This is a safe place. No,
not
what
for
I'm
real.
saying, this is a safe place, and we need to break the stigma that black men cannot cry.
Yeah.
We need to break the stigma that black men cannot be vulnerable and tell their journey too. We don't talk about what we hear a lot. You can Google it. You can just go online, and you'll hear a lot of times of the women who have suffered infidelity and heartbreaks and tragedy. But we don't get a safe place for you guys to say, "Hey, I did too." I went through it. And that's what I want to dig into is like when you found out that your significant other at the time stepped out on you, how did you handle this?
Man, I couldn't believe it at first, but it's that thing that's been embedded in my head like, hey, what would Jesus do?
Don't you hate that sometimes?
I know.
Can we be honest?
I know, no, for real.
No, like
because it's like
you get so like,
I know, and
the
then
Holy Spirit always talking to you, and you be like, why you ain't talking to them?
you know, and then you get those scriptures and people how when certain people preach and they flip scriptures up and they do different things and they kind of emphasizing certain things. So it's like a husband, like no matter what, like for sick or for poor, that's what we did in our vows, like for rich or poor, for sick and health, all that stuff. And
but we can't leave out infidelity because that is your out.
Yeah.
And so I will say that's the thing to me is sometimes the church does us a disservice on trying to keep people together that honestly God ain't never even told them to be together, right? And so when infidelity hits in marriages, I'm not saying all marriages, some can make it through. I'm one, I made it through it, okay? But sometimes that's just, first of all, infidelity is not a reflection on you. Infidelity is the most selfish thing a person can do. It is rooted in low self-esteem. It is rooted in double-mindedness, right? And of course lust, right? And it's an escape instead of a person really coming forth and being an adult and telling you what the issues are. So I need you to understand that I don't care what anybody tells you. I don't care what you've done in the marriage. It does not justify your mate, your other half, stepping out on you without having a conversation with you about the things that may need to change. Period.
No, that's real.
Okay.
No, that's real. That's real.
And so
that's real.
With me, the church sometimes will have people staying together that they don't need to be together, and God just actually gave you your out. When they cheated, you were supposed to go.
There's to my future wife right now, who I'm with right now, who I love so much, like it's the same way. Her name is Rebecca. We call her Becky.
I cracked up. I said, "Hi, Becky with the good hair."
Yeah, she gets out a lot. Yeah,
but
that's with the red hair. She has red hair.
That's all laughing. Yeah, she's a beautiful girl.
Yeah, so with her, she's been through the same situation, and I'm not here to tell her story. I know she wants to tell her story one time before, but as far as just we were in the same position in the marriage. She got married the same exact year I got married 2012. So like we have the same experience of marriage, and we've been in the same position of being the person that's been unfaithful to
right.
So it's like we just understood, and I think when we started to learn each other about our deepest secrets and just things we've been through, we was like, oh my God, like that's I felt like that's they did that. They did that. Like it's the same thing, and we felt like we knew each other for years because we've been in the same position and role, and we play our role how we supposed to play it.
I'm gonna ask you this.
Yeah.
Are you guys connected because of your trauma past? Are you connected? Is it deeper? And that is something I want you to sit with, because you don't want to be connected. And I like you, Becky. Okay. So I just want to say that for sure. But I want you both to always make sure that you guys are not trauma bonding. That you are together because God has called you guys to be together and you're learning each other.
Yeah.
I also want to ask this question because we don't talk about being married too young. If scientifically they tell us that our brains do not fully develop until we're the age of 25. 21, you're still kind of trying to figure out you.
Yeah.
22, you still don't really know yourself.
Yeah.
Not even at 23. I don't think it really kicks in until about 27.
Yeah.
Closer to a man getting to his, closer the man is closer to his 30s. It should be. I'm sorry, because there's some of y'all my age 51. Oh my God, still 12. But that's a whole nother conversation. But for the most part, a man, your brain doesn't fully develop till 25, and then I think about 27 is when it really kind of kicks in, and then you're ready.
Mhm.
I think maybe now. Do you think now in your life that you're ready?